The test of gross motor development 2 is a motor assessment tool to children from 3 to 10 years old that requires observational techniques of 12 motor skills divided into subtests. Locomotor, that is run, leap, hop, jump, and slide. An object control test, that is catch, strike, bounce, over and underhand through, and kick. The sum of the observed criteria for each subskill comprises the total raw score, from 0 to 48 points. The test has three elements to be taken into account at the moment of its realization. The first one is requiring to the subject to perform 3 trials of each gross motor skill. The second one is observe the student performing the skill and focus on the performance criteria. The third one is when the student correctly performs a behavioral component 2 out of 3 trials, mark 1 in the appropriate box in the correct assessment column, like in this box. When the student does not perform a behavioral component correctly 2 out of 3 trials, you have to mark a 0. And with that in mind, fill in a table with each of the skills to be tested.
Now, here you have a graphic representation of each of the subtests. For the first one, locomotor skill, and they have the equipment conditions that you need, the directions that you have to follow, and the performance criteria that you have to see on the child when he's performing the test.
Now, talking about validity and reliability, this study investigated the reliability and the validity of the tgmd2 for assessing gross motor skill in South Korean children aged 3 to 10 years old and involved 141 children from the southeastern region of Seoul. In addition, inter-rating agreement was high with an ICC coefficient between 0.77 and 0.97, suggesting that the raters obtained consistent results when applying the test. The test-retest reliability was also adequate, with values of 0.90 for locomotor skills and 0.85 for object control, indicating that the TGMD2 provides stable results over time. The validity of the tgmd2 was assessed by exploratory factor analysis EFA and confirmatory factor analysis CFA. The EFA results revealed two factors with eigenvalues greater than 1, where the first factor explained 43.89% of the variance and the second factor explained 9.41%. This indicates that the tgmd2 effectively measures motor skills in two main dimensions, locomotion and object control. To obtain standardized scores on the tgmd2, Table A is used to convert a raw score for the locomotor subtest and Table B for the object control subtest, both adjusted for age. Then, using Table C, the standardized scores for both subtests are summed to calculate the gross motor development quotient, which allows classifying performance into levels such as very superior, average, or very poor, according to a range of 35 to 165 points.